Welcome to Pink Kink,
where we talk about the pretty, twisted side of kink.
I'm Princess Rara.
And I'm Dara, the Electro Khaleesi.
Whether you are a new kinkster or have years of experience, Pink Kink will help you level up your kink knowledge.
Join us on this journey as we talk about our personal experiences and use the knowledge we've gained over 28 years of being involved in both private and professional aspects of this lifestyle to help you explore every facet of kink.
Get set for an adventure. Not only will you learn and grow, but we promise loads of laughter, turning each episode into a fun party. So fasten your seatbelt and let's get this show started. Pink Kink runs off the generosity of our devoted patrons.
As a patron, you will become a member of our special Discord server, receive some adorable Pink Kink stickers, as well as have access to a monthly behind-the-scenes podcast. Patrons also get discounts at our Etsy shop, Pink Kink Boutique, and our online classes at Pink Kink Institute.
In addition, our impactful and electrifying Pink Kinksters get special audio and video episodes. And finally, patrons at our highest tier will be recognized as producers, both here on the podcast and on our website.
If you would like to become a patron, you can visit us at patreon.com/pinkkinkpodcast or click the link at pinkkinkpodcast.com.
Today's episode is produced by our electrifying Pink Kinksters. Thank you, Jay, Witcherman, Brianna Lynn, Daddy J, Fabe, Embers, William P, Claire, Lady Blooding, Naughty and Nice, Butte Pain, Manda Panda, Kat, Stefan, Shadow Phoenix, Brian, Make Cry Devil, Ruby Riot, Mistress Velma, Enchanted Sparrow, The Wombat, Impact Hazard, Twitch, The Midnight Girl, Sinful, J21, Daisy If You Do, AK Harley Chick, Violet Rain, Serenity, Belle, Eric, Lady Affliction,
Pumpkin Pie, Ms. Tourmaline, S'more, Hacksaw, Wee Mad Beastie, To Be Better For Me, 3 a.m. Thoughts, Crash Override, Iro, Kinky Bear, Sviper No Sviping, Barbie, Navigator Bard, Frost, Sinful and Naughty, Coffee and Chaos, Noir, Mr. Pillsbury, Stitch, Peaches, Mighty Owl, Princess Sassy Pants, Chaos Monster, Jessa Lady, DJ Harlow, Ophelia, Drew, Daddy's Pumpkin, Birchbeard, Lady to Kitten, Mongoose, Sadia, Forest, and It's Valentine.
We almost didn't get this episode started because Dara and I just started singing and we couldn't remember what song it was. And then
we
Dara
knew there was a song.
We knew it was a song. And then Dara finally figured it out what it was. And then we're going on Spotify and trying to figure it out. So I promised Dara she could introduce this with the song. So Dara, take it away.
Jealousy, turning saints into the sea, swimming through sick lullabies, choking on your alibi. I'm like rocking this right now.
It's good. She's woken up, folks.
But it's just the price I pay. Destiny is calling me. Open up my eager eyes, 'cause I'm Mr. Brightside.
You feel better
Yes,
now?
I do. I absolutely fucking had to do that.
Can you tell, guys? So the episode today's about jealousy and insecurity. And I knew there was a song and I kept hearing it in my head. I'm like, there's a song with jealousy. There's a song with jealousy. Dara's like, and she just started singing. And so
that's like the third time I've probably sung that chorus in the last 5 minutes. And then Rara started playing it from the beginning. So I was like, well, gotta sing it from the beginning now.
Yeah, you are quite welcome, all of you, that she only sang the chorus.
Hey, normally I have a really good voice. I was just rocking and bopping to that one so hard I didn't give a shit.
I'm not saying it's because your voice isn't good. It's just because maybe they don't want to listen to the whole song. They want to listen to us talk about it.
La, 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 la. Now, I can't do that without thinking of Sister Act.
Oh my God, yes. Best movie ever.
Actually, I want to say that was Sister Act 2. I desperately need to go home and watch Sister Act now.
That was Sister Act 1.
With the
they do it in both.
Yeah, it's so iconic. They do it in both. Well, now we have to watch it.
Oh.
Maybe we should do like a watch party.
I got to do a whole watch party yesterday of Barbie.
Again?
Well, because our friend Vixen had never seen Barbie before.
Oh, that's depressing.
So I had to introduce her to Barbie.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, what you need to watch after Barbie is over, Legally Blonde.
She was the original Barbie. She walked so that Barbie could run.
Have you seen on TikTok, there is a lawyer, a Barbie lawyer.
She always wears pink?
Always wears pink. She has a pink convertible.
Oh, rah-rah. So, honey, you don't have the money that would take, okay?
Oh, no, I don't have her money.
Okay.
Or her looks. I mean, she's blonde, tall, and thin. All three I'm out on right there.
Definitely not tall.
Not blonde or thin. So, So
which Barbie are you? Like
pain in the ass Barbie?
Oh.
Is that one?
Well,
that reminds me. I have to tell you a funny story.
Uh-oh.
I didn't tell you. So last night, I had a brand new person on the cross for the demos for Impact. And I had something that had never happened before. First of all, he was wearing a cock cage.
Fun.
So I was very worried because I was concerned that Impact may end up being extra painful because if he got excited from the impact.
No, they like it.
Then he also pointed out he had a butt plug and he asked if that was going to be a problem.
Well,
I said, well, I don't plan on hitting you hard enough that it should be a problem. But I shared my story with him. And his response to me is, well, it's in there really tight, so I don't think it's going to come out. I said, yeah, I thought that too.
Oh, boy. Please tell me it was fine.
It did not come out.
Okay. And the cock cage?
The cock cage was there.
Well, I knew that wasn't going to come off.
I saw it.
Okay. One of my
I
clients...
was hitting in his back half, so I wasn't really...
Yeah, that's true. One of my clients has a cock cage sounder. Like, it goes in and around. Wow, you guys should see her face right now. She's trying to process this.
I don't do cock cages, per se. I feel let it be free.
And the sounding part?
Oh, sounding doesn't faze me one way or the other.
I still need to get my ass in gear and learn how to do that properly.
It's not the ass that does it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Today's episode is all about
jealousy
and insecurity. How did you do that?
Yeah,
you did.
Thank
you.
Open up your kinky self.
They're just natural emotions.
We're getting there.
I'm trying.
We'll get there.
Look, not everything can be on the top 40.
It's not as smooth this time, but we're doing this off the cuff and not necessarily with any prep time. So yeah, I think we did pretty good.
We can't quit our day jobs and work in the music industry. Is that what you're saying?
That was never going to be an option.
But basically, we wanted to talk about jealousy and insecurity because it comes up a lot. They're natural emotions that can arise in any relationship, DS, regular kink. And if you can learn to manage those emotions effectively, it's going to really help you in the long run. So let's understand exactly what jealousy is. First of all, it is not a singular emotion, but it's actually a blend of emotions that can include anger, sadness, fear, resentment, and it's very context dependent, often influenced by past experiences, relationship history, and your own personal insecurities. Now, there's jealousy and there's envy, and a lot of times people use the term jealous when they really mean envious. So let's differentiate what the two are.
Yeah, I'm actually curious because isn't it just one is more intense?
No.
Okay.
Envy typically involves a desire for something that someone else has. So you want their skills, you want the kind of relationship they have, you want the looks that they have. Well, jealousy involves the fear of losing something one already has.
Okay.
So they usually overlap. I've always looked at it really is envy is I want what you have.
Right.
You can still have it.
Which is
but I want it
very
too.
Thou shalt not cover the neighbor's anything.
Yeah, but I want it too.
Right.
Well, jealousy is I don't want you to have it. Just me.
So envy is I want my best friend's boyfriend. And jealousy is I don't want my best friend taking my boyfriend.
Envy is more I want a boyfriend like your boyfriend so that I can have a relationship like you have.
Got you.
Not that I'm going to take yours specifically. I just want one for me too. I'm not asking.
Boob hurts.
I'm not asking.
You ever get those little stabs in your boob?
Not usually.
Really?
Yeah.
Seriously, boob people.
But you're not the first person.
Boobs.
You're not the first person I've heard that from.
Ow.
It's just not my thing.
Ow. There was this whole thing going around TikTok a couple of years ago where people were asking exactly what this was. And there was all these doctors, ooh, I know what it is. I know what it is. And then all the comments are like, that's not what it fucking is.
I really don't like people telling me what I am feeling.
Well, apparently it's really, really common.
Yeah. That's why I said you're not the only person I've heard this from.
It's always my right boob. It's never my left boob.
Things that make you go, I don't envy that or I'm jealous of that.
Ow.
Right? So often envy and jealousy overlap, which is, I think, a lot of the reasons people just use the term jealousy instead of doing that. But jealousy really stems from a fear of losing something. So you're worried you're going to lose your partner's affection or their attention or the status. And that's why a lot of times it manifests as possessiveness, where you've got one partner trying to control the other's actions or interactions to mitigate their own anxiety. Jealousy can often be intensified in BDSM dynamics because of the power exchange. So one partner may feel that their role or significance in that dynamic is being threatened. And BDSM already makes you feel vulnerable. So jealousy can make that more pronounced. And it really requires a lot of trust in the dynamic to navigate through that jealousy. And we are going to get into different things that cause it. And yes, we will touch on, I have a whole section about jealousy and insecurity specifically in polyamorous and open relationships. So hang tight. Don't be yelling at me as you're listening going, well, what about in a poly relationship? I'm getting there, folks.
But can I yell at you?
22 pages of notes. I will get there.
All right. Good night.
You're okay there?
No, my boob still hurts.
I'm so sorry. Maybe because I took my Tylenol, it doesn't.
Oh.
Nope. Mine are good.
I'm so glad your boobs are happy.
Well, if they were really happy, somebody else would be holding them. They're content.
Yeah, no, mine is like being angry at me for some reason.
Oh. So I'm going to work through this and so you'll understand how I got from point A to point B. So we were talking about boobs, somebody holding them. I was thinking I used to get teased a lot as a big boob person. Oh, well, more than a handful is a waist. And I always responded with, that's why I date guys with large hands, which made me think of Diesel because he's a large guy with large hands. So now you can see where I'm going.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was telling somebody last night that if they come to, I actually was telling Cindy, I said, it's a bum that you're not coming to our birthday party because Diesel's supposed to be there. Oh, was Cindy pissed. She's like, oh my God, he's going to be there and I'm not there. I'm fine. I would finally get to meet him and I don't get to meet him.
I'm going to have a chat with her because she really should be at our birthday party.
She can't. They got other plans.
Damn it.
But I laugh. I said, do you remember the whole many, many years ago where Snuffleupagus was like imaginary? People thought Snuffy was imaginary.
Yes.
Because only Big Bird can see him. I feel that way with Diesel. Like people think Diesel is imaginary because nobody's really seen him.
Now I'm going to have to call him Snuffy.
I was telling that to He said, thank God, like a couple people like Dara has actually met him, so they know he's a real person, and I'm not just making this shit up. But I always think of him as like my Snuffy.
Oh my God, he is totally Snuffy now,
right? Isn't he?
Oh no, I'm gonna walk up to him and be like, "Sup, Snuffy?" And he's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" I'm gonna do it. I'm going to do it. It's going to happen at the party.
And we'll report back to you in the episode about the party.
Oh, God. I wish I could. We should do it in some place where I can have my phone out so I can record his face when I do. Oh, that'll be what's. Okay. I will. You know how we have to have a picture of you and him together?
Yes, because I have zero. This is part of why he's Snuffy, because I have zero pictures of me with him.
Okay. So what we're going to do is you're going to grab me. We're going to go out into the area where you can actually have a phone. I will be the one that takes the picture and I'll be like, what's up, Snuffy? And then video instead of taking the picture. And he's going to be like, what? And then we'll explain and then I'll take the picture.
We'll see if we can make that happen.
Okay.
It's a lot happening that night.
There's so much. I don't even know what time my scene is going to be because I'm trying to time it up against yours.
11 for me.
That's your scene?
Yeah.
So mine's going to have to be 11:30. Cool.
My scene is going to take a lot more than 30 minutes. I'm doing 300 needles.
Okay.
My scene's going to take an hour to an hour and a half.
I will do my scene during yours and then come at the end.
You could do that, or you can do your scene at like 10:30.
No, because Vixen won't be done.
Oh, okay.
It has to be after 11. We'll figure it out.
Okay. Anyway, let's get to insecurity. We'll talk about that because insecurity is a lot of the reason people feel jealous. So some of the root causes of insecurity are your past experiences, trauma, upbringing. All of that can contribute to feelings of insecurity. Your self-image and your self-worth directly impacts your levels of insecurity, especially if you're feeling inadequate or unworthy of your partner's affection. And anybody can feel insecure, even somebody who seems like they're the most secure person in the world can actually be just hiding insecurity, or they could be totally secure and confident about one aspect of their life and totally insecure about a different aspect of their life. Insecurity in relationships often revolve around the fear of not being enough for one's partner, leading to concerns about rejection or abandonment. You're comparing yourself to others, whether it's their past partner, whether it's your new partner, whether it's their friends, and all that's going to lead to some heightened insecurity. Within BDS dynamics, you could be insecure about fulfilling your specific role and therefore meeting the expectations associated with those roles. I've heard a lot of times submissives say, I'm really worried if I can be the right kind of submissive for my dominant. I know their last relationship, their submissive did this, and that's not really something that I like, and so I'm worried I won't be enough.
It's called being flexible.
You gonna do that now the whole time?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Yep.
Right?
That's happening.
The pressure to perform or live up to certain standards within a dynamic can really exacerbate those feelings of insecurity. And a lot of times, it's not even anything your partner's doing. It's your own head playing mind games with you that's making you insecure. Your partner doesn't necessarily need to do or say anything that contributes to that insecurity. You just done it yourself. And the insecurity can lead you to project those fears onto your partner. And then you start interpreting everything they do through that lens of self-doubt, which makes for more misunderstandings, even more tension, and a more toxic situation. And now all of a sudden you need more reassurance from a partner, which could potentially strain the relationship. Because you do that long enough and your partner may get tired of constantly having to reassure you. It's like, I've told you 10 times, I love you just the way you are. I don't need you to be any different. I can't keep reassuring you. It gets to be too much. So what are some of the common triggers that cause? Well, probably one of the biggest one is new play partners, right? You've got the introduction of a new dynamic. And the introduction of a new play partner can feel like a threat to any existing relationships you have, because it can potentially change the dynamics or reduce the exclusivity of certain activities.
You have personal experience with that one, don't you?
Well, that was a lot of the problems that I ended up having with Voldemort, is I had really found myself secure in my role as his baby girl and his submissive. And then he brought on another submissive. And all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute, I'm not the only one anymore. What makes me different and better than this person that I could keep him?
And then you ended up going, fuck this shit.
Well, I eventually realized that I was so much better. And not because I was perfect, just because my metamor was not a particularly kind or nice person. So, but even naughty and nice, right? She is my masochist. I am her sadist. Anything I do new for the first time, I do with her. I'm not her only impact partner.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I could potentially get jealous of that and be like, wait a minute, but she's doing impact with other people. Well, it's not going to be as good as the impact she does with me. She won't have this. And that would not be healthy for our relationship. And it'd also be really rude considering how many bottoms I have. So she's not my only bottom.
Right.
But yeah, it's, look, the novelty of a new partner can trigger jealousy. The established partner could potentially fear that the new partner is bringing something new or better to the table. And that can be difficult. That whole fear of comparison. Am I going to be as good as the other person? Are they going to decide that I'm too much effort and they don't want to put that much effort into things anymore? All of that can lead you to start being afraid of losing what you have. And that's why it's that fear. Jealousy really is just one way of showing your fear. I had read an interesting writing a while ago, long time, about jealousy. Because especially in the polyamory world, they try to tell you that jealousy is bad. And you're a bad poly person if you're jealous. And I read this writing that said, actually, jealousy is a sign that there's a problem. And that's how you have to look at it. Jealousy is a sign that there's a problem. Now, the problem could be within the existing relationship. Maybe your partner's not communicating right with you. Maybe you're not getting what you need. But jealousy could also be a sign that there's something internal. And it is your issue. But it's still an issue you have to work with. So maybe you've had past trauma, which is causing you to be jealous. And so you've got to work through that past trauma. And it's not on your partner to necessarily resolve that. Maybe it's that you're putting too much dependency on your partner instead of giving yourself that me time alone. And you don't know how to do that. So you've got to work through that. So jealousy isn't a bad thing. It's how you handle the jealousy, which is the problem. And there's right ways to handle it and wrong ways to handle it. But don't be freaked out by it and be like, oh my God, I'm a terrible, horrible person because I feel jealousy. Don't. We've all been there, all done that, and we'll continue to be there and do that because it's so fucking common. The new play partner also means that there's going to be a shift in attention, right? Your partner who might all of a sudden have less time for you because now they've got to juggle multiple play partners at an event. You can't go to the dungeon and think, I am their only play partner that night. Maybe they've got somebody else that they're playing with. And it might make you feel a little neglected or less valued. And you're going to need more validation and reassurance from the dom or sub partner or play partner when that new partner is introduced. Another common trigger is attention to others, which could result in perceived favoritism. Oh, how come you're giving that person so much attention? You're giving them all the attention. I really was looking forward to doing a scene with you. And you gave them so much attention that we ran out of time to even do our scene.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good.
Right? And you don't stop and ask what happened, what's going on. You just immediately start to freak out. Public displays of attention to others, especially in social or community settings, can heighten feelings of insecurity. Ran into that with, I was the person who Voldemort always took to parties because I was the outgoing social one. I was very comfortable at parties. I didn't need to cling to him. So we could go to a party.
And do your own thing.
Go do our own thing, check in with each other, go do our own thing, check in with each other, go back and forth. Where my metamor had social anxiety and would cling to him at parties, which made it difficult for him to go around and socialize.
Right.
So I was the party person. And she got very jealous and upset about that without stopping to ask why. Right? Like that's what I brought to the table. Well, she brought other things to the table. And so it's just figuring this all out. There's misinterpretation of actions. Maybe actions that really are innocent or benign can be misinterpreted as favoritism, leading to unnecessarily jealousy. And if you've got lack of communication about all of these actions, it's going to lead to more misunderstanding and even escalate those feelings of jealousy. And when I talk about lack of communication, I don't necessarily mean that your partner's not communicating properly with you. It means you're not asking the questions of your partner to understand what's going on. And you're just making assumptions about what's happening, which is making you feel more jealous, which is making you feel more assumptions. It's just a vicious cycle that you have to figure out. There's the social hierarchy and status. There's, right, they're the submissive, I'm just the play partner. Or that's their spouse, and I'm just their kinky play partner. All of these can play a role where you might be concerned that there's a status symbol attached to they're the wife or husband, and I'm just the play partner. And that's going to trigger some anxiety. And individuals might seek validation therefore from others. So you're not giving me the attention I want. Fine, I'm going to go over here to this person who's going to give me all the attention I want, which is now going to make you jealous. And so I'm just going to get back at you that way. None of that is healthy.
Nope.
A fear of replacement. That's like sort of the biggest ones. If I can't figure out what my role is in our relationship and what I give you and that nobody else gives you, The minute I think you bring in somebody else who could give you what I'm already giving you, then I'm going to start worrying about, am I going to be replaced? Like, what do you need me for if you have this new partner who can give you all the things that I give you? I'm doing a lot of talking.
Yeah, you are. And you still have a whole episode to go. Episode?
See?
I'm not even talking and it's difficult. Jesus.
There's the pressure to perform. So the fear of being replaced can lead you to either performance anxiety, where you can no longer do the things that you used to do because you're so overwhelmed, or overcompensation, where you go above and beyond trying to outshine others and you start agreeing to do things that you really don't want to agree to, but the new person is doing that, so you feel you have to. And now there's resentment, which is just going to continue adding an unhealthy factor to all of this. There's an impact on trust, right? The fear of being replaced can erode the trust within the relationship, as the partner might start doubting commitment and intentions, which could now lead to clinginess or possessiveness or ignoring. Oh, fine, you don't want to pay attention to me? Well, I'm not going to pay attention to you, which I know sounds childish, folks, but yeah, people do this shit, sadly, though it is. And that's going to drive a wedge. So how does jealousy manifest itself in dynamics? Let's start with DOMs. Jealousy and DOMs. Well, what about a perceived threat to their authority? They may feel threatened if their sub engages or seeks guidance from other DOMs. That can trigger jealousy because they may fear losing influence or control over their sub. They might compare themselves to other DOMs, leading to feelings of inadequacy if they believe that the other DOM is possessing more experience or skills or even charisma. They might start feeling more possessive over their sub because they're viewing their relationship as a unique bond that shouldn't be shared with others, leading to possessiveness and jealousy if the sub is interacting with other DOMs. And that's usually rooted in a fear of being replaced, or that the sub might find a better fit with another DOM. And then, of course, there's jealousy of attention given to others. If their sub is showing attention or interest in other subs, fearing that their role as the focal point of the sub's attention is being diminished. And they want their sub to value their guidance and attention. And if they feel that the sub is doing that elsewhere, it's going to lead to some jealousy. Then, of course, you've got, because I don't know how, ready? I'm going to tell you something really wild and crazy that might blow your mind.
Preparing for mine to be blown.
DOMs are humans.
What? No, we are not.
DOMs are humans.
What?
And so as a human being, sometimes they feel insecure. Are your gabbers all flaccid?
Flaccid?
Oh my God.
Are my gabbers flaccid? No, thank you. They are not. My flappers are gasted?
Yeah,
yeah. That might be why my boob keeps feeling like it's stabbing me. Are these my flabbers?
Maybe. I'm okay. It's fine. I'm fine.
I feel like you need a break.
I'm fine. It's all good.
You're sitting there holding your head. So this is actually kind of funny because I know you're dungeon hungover as fuck right now. Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Where's my notes?
You got about an hour and a half of talking left.
No problem. I got this. Got this. I don't even know if I'm making any sense anymore. So please let me know if I'm no longer making sense.
Well, you stopped making sense to me about 3 years ago. So I don't think I'm a really good barometer for this.
Oh, lovely. All right. So because they're human, sometimes they feel insecure. They might have doubts about their own abilities. And if they see that their submissive is kind of maybe admiring another dom's abilities, it's going to make them start to fear, oh my God, maybe I'm not meeting my sub's needs, whether they're emotional or physical or sexual. And that's going to then lead them to more self-doubt and more anxiety. They're worried that their skills or experience aren't sufficient to satisfy their sub, especially if their subs expressed interest in maybe some new types of plays experiences.
I have a new song stuck in my head now.
Oh my God, what?
Satisfaction.
See, and I was thinking more under pressure because I'm about to talk about pressure.
Ah, well, we could do that one too.
Under pressure. See, I got
looking down on me.
Okay, that's it. I never sing more than just that one line.
Yeah.
Unless the music's playing.
Under pressure.
Because you have their songs I can sing without the music.
Yeah.
And then there's songs that if the music's playing, I know all the words. But if you turn the music off, I don't know what the words are.
Well, I can do the entirety almost of Baby Got Back to the music, but I've only got like the first little bit of lyrics without the music.
Isn't that weird? Like, you should be able to sing without the music if you know it.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny that when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. Want to pull up tough? Because, yeah, there's where I lose it.
Okay, yeah.
I could hear the music. I just can't do it. I can't do it without the music.
And I just picture Friends.
Karaoke.
I just picture Friends.
Wait, what?
Because that's what they used to sing to baby Emma when she would be crying. That song would make her stop crying.
Oh, I forgot about that. No, I think of Shrek. Because donkey.
Yes, I know. I knew. Anyway, doms might feel pressure to maintain control, right? The expectation is that they're always in control and they're going to provide a perfect experience, which puts a lot of pressure on doms, leading to insecurity if all of a sudden they feel that maybe they're not living up to those expectations. And a dom's fear of showing any vulnerability or admitting they're unsure about something, that's going to lead to more insecurity because they are afraid it undermines their authority, which is why I'm reiterating doms are human.
You didn't see me just now, did you?
I did. I'm just trying not to because
okay.
I'm already having a hard enough time talking with my hangover. And if I'm paying attention to you over there trying to mouth the words to a song while you're trying to remember all the words, it's just going to blow up my mind.
Because I was hoping you would figure out what song that was.
I no.
Well, because Shrek.
Yeah.
And then I went immediately to Smash Mouth.
Right. That makes sense.
Hey, now, you're a rock star. Get game on. Get something.
Get laid. I'm done.
Oh, yeah. That would probably not be appropriate for Shrek, but it works on this.
It works on ours. We can do it. And finally, doms might overcompensate for their insecurity by being overly strict or controlling and demanding in an attempt to reinforce their authority and kind of hide and mask their self-doubt. Or it could also lead them to become withdrawn or emotionally distant, fearing that any perceived shortcomings are going to disappoint or push their sub away. Now, what about jealousy and submissives? Well, one of the biggest ones is fears of not being enough. Subs might feel jealous if their dom is giving any attention to other subs, fearing that they aren't special or unique enough to hold their dom's full interest. They might be comparing themselves to other subs, leading to feelings of jealousy if they perceive the others as more skilled or attractive or compatible with their dom. They're going to be afraid of losing their dom's favor if their dom engages in certain activities or scenes with other submissives and worrying that, I don't like to do that activity and my dom likes to do that activity, so he's going to do that activity with this person and therefore he's going to want to switch and be with that sub instead of being with me, right? Like all of this gets worried.
I always just find this so fascinating because me and Daddy J, we are very, very much not jealous of each other. Playing with other people, nothing. Because I guess we always just said that, he always says, I know who she's coming back to. I know who, she really wants to be with. Everybody else is kind of transient and he's permanent.
Yeah.
So I guess that's how he figures it. And for me, I've just never been jealous when it comes to my partner playing with somebody else, probably because of the whole cuck fetish thing.
Yeah.
I encourage it, but...
Well, Diesel, as far as I know, doesn't get jealous with me at all. In fact, he has wanted and has watched me fuck somebody else.
Well, he also has.
He's a swinger.
Yeah.
So I think that's where that comes from. I have gotten jealous on occasion of weird stuff with him. Not jealous like he's sleeping with somebody else, but jealous that he went and took somebody to an event or something. And the stupid funny thing is, it's not that I wanted to go. It's just we don't do that stuff together because that's not our thing.
Yeah.
When I feel that way, I just kind of stop for a second and I just have to kind of talk to myself. As I said, remember, jealousy is a sign. And for me, those are signs of my insecurity. And that's not his issue. That's my issue. And I just have a long talk with myself and I'm like, snap out of it, bitch. You really don't want to do that stuff. It's been 7 years and he does that other stuff with other people. And similar to what you and Daddy J have, he still keeps coming back to me.
Yes. So that's the significant part right there.
So that's what's important. And then I'm just and yeah, the same way, I do all this stuff without him because he doesn't want to come do the stuff with me.
It's not his thing.
It's not his thing. So it's kind of, you should say, well, I shouldn't even get jealous of that. But, we're human, folks. And so sometimes this shit happens.
No, jealousy happens. I actually get more jealous of my friends having other friends than I do of my husband potentially playing with somebody else.
Well, here's an interesting one. So I get jealous every now and then of people like you who have a committed relationship with a partner who lives with them and is there to support them.
It makes my life a lot easier. I don't have to take out the garbage.
Right? Well, neither do I. Make my son do it.
Well, there you go.
He's also my trash sub, my coffee sub, and my trash sub.
Does he have any other subly duties?
Yeah, there's certain responsibilities. Like if you're going to live with me, you have to earn your keep, my friend. So we'll get jealous of that because I'm like, sometimes I'm so exhausted and tired, or I'm having an issue, and to have a partner who's in the house with me that I could lean on and take care of. And then I remind myself that I really actually don't want that. Like I laugh, so last time Diesel came over, 2 times ago, Diesel came over and was spending the night. And he was going to have to get up super early in the morning to go to work because he goes to work at a very odd hour. And this was actually a Friday night. And I laughed because I ended up staying awake until he left to go to work.
At dark 30 in the morning?
He was leaving at 1:30 in the morning.
Oh, so he took a nap?
Pretty much.
Okay.
But that meant I stayed up because it was a Friday night when that's not abnormal for me not to go to bed till 1, 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I laughed because I was like going, yeah, this kind of actually worked out really nice because now I don't have to share my bed.
Listen, as somebody who has to share her bed with a blanket hog husband and 2 blanket hog dogs, yeah, my feet were freezing fucking cold last night and I could not get this blanket. I didn't want my whole body covering with the blanket. I just wanted my feet. That's all I really need. And then the rest is the sheet. And even then, sometimes it's too hot. But I could not get my fucking blanket. And I was pissed about it. And I really, really considered going and sleeping in the other bedroom.
Well, I'm the blanket hog, but he takes up 3/4 of the bed.
Yeah, I have a king size bed and I still get maybe a couple of inches out on either side of my body. Well, that's not true. I get a couple of inches on the left because I sleep on the left. Everything else, Jules is
that's
pushed
the
up
dog.
against
You can't
me.
blame your husband for that one.
No, I can't. No. And actually, he has it worse because the other dog sleeps in between his legs and he can't fucking move. She gave up doing that to me because I moved too much in my sleep.
But I was like going, and then I'm like, so I really like having the bed to myself. And I really like not having to share my closet. And I really like not having to share my bathroom. So then whenever I get kind of like, I wish I had that. I'm like, no, I really don't actually. I really have reached a good stage in my life where I get to be selfish, and I can because I don't have a live-in partner. Where if I had a live-in partner and I wanted to do all this, it would be really rude. So yeah. All right, I lost where I was. So insecurity in subs. Subs feel insecure that they aren't meeting their dom's expectations, whether in scene, service, or emotional support. They worry they lack the necessary skills or experience to fulfill their dom's desires, leading to feelings of inadequacy and insecurity. There's pressure to be the quote-unquote perfect sub, this idealized version of what a sub should be, again, leading to insecurity if they believe that they're falling short. This one's a biggie because I hear this one a lot. The fear of disappointing their dom can create a constant undercurrent of insecurity. And then the impact of that insecurity on their behavior. It may lead them to frequently seek reassurance from their dom and asking for validation, which can cause problems because that can be annoying. They might overcompensate for their insecurity by trying to be overly accommodating or agreeable, or it might lead them to withdraw emotionally. And then all of this is going to create anxiety within the submissive because they're worried about being judged by their dom and fear of rejection or abandonment. So how do you recognize signs of jealousy and insecurity? Well, there's some behavioral indicators. First one is overreaction, disproportionate responses. So your partner might respond with anger, frustration, or possessiveness to minor incidents, such as their partner talking to somebody else. There might be small disagreements which are quickly escalating into full-blown arguments, where jealousy or insecurity is at play because the partner may misinterpret innocent actions as signs of disloyalty or a lack of interest. Partners might attempt to control their significant other's actions or interactions with others as a way to mitigate their jealousy, such as dictating who they can talk to or where they go. There might be excessive jealousy over innocuous interactions, right? They might become overly suspicious or paranoid about their partner's harmless interactions with others, such as a casual conversation or friendly gestures. Partners might constantly monitor or question their partner's activities because they're looking for those signs of infidelity or disinterest, even when there's actually no real cause for concern. You've got your increased need for reassurance, constant validation seeking. They're seeking reassurance in their partner, asking questions like, do you still love me? Are you happy with me? As a way to soothe their insecurity. They might be requesting verbal affirmations constantly for love or loyalty or attractiveness because they need those reassurances regularly to feel secure. There becomes, especially for submissives, an over-dependence on their partner's approval. They're looking for even the smallest decisions to have their partner's approval because they're worried that if they make the quote-unquote wrong choice, that could lead to rejection or disappointment. There's, this one I don't like, clingy or needy behavior.
No, thank you.
Right? They might insist upon spending all available time together and becoming anxious or upset if the partner wants to do something independently.
Oh my God, I can't fucking stand that. I can't. I hate it. I hate everything about that.
You sure?
Just a little. Like, I've never been that kind of person. And the second somebody acts like that, friend, partner, literally anyone, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to be around you anymore ever again. And I run.
Yeah, that kind of behavior is actually driven by deep-seated fear of being left alone or abandoned. And so they cling so that they can be neither left alone nor abandoned. Another one is avoidance. You're avoiding triggering topics. So you're not going to want to discuss certain topics such as ex-partners or new friends or upcoming events because those conversations might trigger feelings of jealousy or insecurity. Or they might frequently change the subject when those certain topics arise because they're trying to protect themselves from those feelings. They're going to avoid social situations where they might have to see their partner interacting with others. Or the insecure partner might pull away from mutual friends or social circles if they are perceiving those friends as potential threats to the relationship. There's withdrawal from intimacy, either physical or emotional, out of fear that their other partner's affection or attention is waning or that they themselves are not good enough. They might be less communicative. They avoid deep conversations or vulnerable moments out of fear that those conversations are going to reveal those insecurities and either upset their partner that what's wrong with you that you're feeling that way, or worse, might confirm their fears that I'm jealous of your interest in so-and-so, and yeah, you are probably going to leave me for so-and-so. Then there's the emotional indicators, anxiety and threat. You've got persistent worry, constantly fearing that your partner's going to leave you for someone else. They might become more hyper-aware of potential threats to the relationship, perceiving in even the most innocuous interactions as signs of impending doom. Doom. Right? There's a constant sense of imminent danger. So you're always feeling you're under threat. You've got a heightened state of alertness and emotional agitation, which makes somebody not pleasant to be around.
I was going to say, that doesn't sound like fun.
No. Resentment. There's definitely bitterness towards your partner because all this jealousy has led to an accumulation of negative feelings, particularly if the partner perceives that their needs for reassurance or attention are not being met. Like, how can you not realize that you talking to that person over there is going to make me feel a certain way?
Fuck you? How could you not realize? Because you didn't fucking tell me, dumbass. Also, stop it.
And then, of course, it might manifest as passive-aggressive behavior, which is always a joyful thing, such as making sarcastic comments or giving the silent treatment.
Oh, that's me.
And the sarcastic comments are mean ones.
That's me.
Because not all sarcastic comments are bad.
That's me. I do that, and I'm mean about it, too.
Petty. You like a petty bitch.
I am a petty bitch. That's for damn sure.
Right? The jealous partner might develop feelings of envy toward others who they perceive as threats, even if they're just friends, coworkers, or family members. And that resentment might lead them to undermine or speak poorly of anybody they perceive as a competitor, in the hope that that will elevate themselves in their partner's eyes. You've got emotional withdrawal. The jealous or insecure partner might withdraw, feeling that their partner's perceived, and I want to emphasize perceived lack of attention or loyalty has created an insurmountable rift. It can lead to loss of intimacy because they're unwilling or unable to engage in being close or affectionate. Then there's the whole self-esteem. All of this, if you're feeling jealous and inadequate, it's going to mess with your self-esteem. What's wrong with me? Why am I not attractive enough or worthy enough or adequate enough? And that just starts your head playing a nasty game of self-criticism with you. Fear of rejection, of course, is a huge one. That one can really lead to overly defensive reactions where you're going to lash out or withdraw anytime you see a perceived slight or criticism. Too much dependence on validation from your partner, and then difficulty in trusting. So now we've gone through all that. How do you manage all this? Well, first of all, self-reflection and self-care, identifying the triggers that are setting you off, that are creating this jealousy. And some ways to deal with that is journaling, right? Note situations that trigger feelings of jealousy or insecurity so that over time, maybe you can identify patterns or recurring themes. Because once you can pinpoint those specific triggers, you can maybe either avoid those triggers or figure out how to overcome and handle them. Lots and lots of introspection. As I said, this is how I dealt with when I was feeling my jealousy, is reflect deeply on what it is I really want and why am I feeling this way? What am I afraid of losing? So you can understand the root of those emotions. And then, of course, examine past relationships or significant life events to see if there's been similar patterns previously so you can work your way through it. Talk to your friends. Ask trusted friends or family members about their perception, right? So if I think Diesel's doing something, I could say, hey, Dara, this is what's going on. Do you think I have a right to be upset, or am I being overly sensitive?
And then Dara gets on her high horse and becomes instantly a vengeful Valkyrie and starts telling him, Diesel sucks, and how dare he, and all this other stuff, and then ends with, that damn Snuffy.
Okay.
Did that make you feel better?
No, because then I'll end up defending him.
And
well,
then
that sort of defeats the purpose.
Okay, well, you got to tell me what you want, because I'm going to be bitching with you.
Well, I'm asking you to tell me, am I overreacting, or is this something I should be concerned about?
Yeah, definitely depends on the situation.
Right. Yeah.
Because sometimes, yes, we overreact.
Yeah, we do. Work on building your own self-esteem. Maybe the self-affirmations that you can incorporate into your daily routine. I am worthy of love and respect. I am a good submissive. I am a good dominant, whatever it is you need. And if you want to craft a personal affirmation, we have a workbook for you on our Etsy shop.
Wait, do the thing.
I don't know if I can do the thing. I'm telling you, because I'm so tired to remember what this thing is, what the thing is even called. But it's about daily affirmations. It's on our Etsy shop. Go to our link tree to find it, or you can also go to pinkkinkpodcast.com/Pink Kink Boutique, and it'll give you the link straight to our Etsy shop. But we have an entire workbook to help you come up with personalized affirmations.
Yeah, that was the saddest announcer voice ever.
I'm so sorry.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, like that's the first time that's happened.
Wait, what is the line? I am very disappointed. Fifth Element. Come on, keep up.
I don't know Fifth Element. So you're just even more disappointed. Look, you accept me. I accept you for not being a sports ball person. You can accept me for not being a Fifth Element person.
I can accept you for not understanding any nerdy reference.
There you go. Of which there are many I don't understand.
Absolutely. I went to Ren Fair and there was this guy who made all the fandom nerd references ever during his show. And I was so proud of myself. I understood each and every one of them.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, it was easy. He made an Avatar: The Last Airbender reference. And I was just like, Water Tribe.
Chocolate and vanilla, don't waste my time. Do you know what that's from?
Yes. God damn it. It's on the tip of my tongue.
City Slickers.
That's not
with
the one
Billy
I was
Crystal.
Thinking. Yeah, no, I was sort of picturing it, but I didn't have the right title.
All these city folk are at a dude ranch, and they've gone out to do a cattle run.
Yeah.
And they're these two guys, and they're supposed to be Ben and Jerry-ish. So they've got their whole, they make ice cream and they're all going around the campfire saying, tell us a meal and we'll pair the perfect ice cream with it.
Oh, yeah.
And somebody says something and they're like, chocolate or vanilla, don't waste my time. Sorry.
Yeah. So old school nerd reference. I get the old school. You get the old school.
I am old.
And I'm just old.
Skill development. Find some hobbies or activities that you're really passionate about or excel at and help you build your confidence and sense of accomplishment. Or take up new challenges or learning skills that interest you so you can master something new which will build your self-esteem. And highlight the importance of acknowledging and celebrating your personal achievements no matter how small, because that will also reinforce a positive self-image. You want to build trust and security in your relationship. Maintain transparency, lots and lots of open communication, regular check-ins where you can both discuss your feelings. Emphasize the need for honesty in all interactions, even if you're feeling jealous or insecure. You need to be honest with your partner about it. And encourage a safe space where everybody can share their thoughts without feelings of fear, of judgment, or retribution. Provide reassurance. Regular affirmations are fine from your partner, expressing their love, their appreciation, or their admiration. You just don't want it to be forced, or I don't like it when I feel like you're doing it just because I've told you to do it versus you really mean it. So telling me I'm beautiful because you think I want to hear it doesn't mean the same to me as telling me I'm beautiful because you think I'm beautiful. Right? Discuss the importance of regularly reinforcing one's commitment to the relationship, especially during times of stress or uncertainty. Encourage acknowledgement of growth and positive changes. Practice empathetic listening when addressing concerns. Stress the importance of addressing concerns promptly. Do not allow them to grow and fester. And really work together to find solutions. Some coping mechanisms you can do for yourself: relaxation exercises, deep breathing exercises, yoga, running, whatever helps you do that. Physical activity is great for that. Emotional regulation skills, mindfulness meditation, grounding exercises, all of that will help you. Reaffirming your relationship dynamic. Make sure that you are clarifying everybody's roles and expectations so that you can be reassured you are meeting what your partner needs from you and your partner is very happy and satisfied with what they're getting from you. Engage in rituals, daily rituals, where you can reestablish that connection of the power exchange dynamic and keep those lines of communication open. Recommend celebrating anniversaries of significant events, such as when the dynamic began, as a way to honor and reaffirm that connection. All right? Celebrate the relationship. Focus on unique connections. What makes this relationship special, which is why your partner wants to stay in it even though they've met somebody else. And, write letters or give thoughtful gifts that celebrate what makes the relationship unique. Create and maintain custom traditions that are meaningful to your specific relationship and reflect that unique connection that you have with your partner. Strengthen your emotional bonds by having those intimate conversations where you're exploring each other's thoughts and feelings. Create new memories and new traditions that are just for the two of you. So again, it'll help you feel more connected with your partner so that you understand what you have is special and unique, and you're not going to be dumped because they have this other relationship, because that other relationship isn't you and can't give your partner what you give your partner. All right, now here it is. I promised I would talk about jealousy and insecurity and polyamorous and open dynamics, because there are some specific challenges, right? You've got to manage multiple relationships and balance your attention and affection. Use scheduling tools or calendars to coordinate events to ensure that all partners have dedicated time. There's also something I think it's very important to remember. Fair is not the same as equal.
I like the word equitable.
Right.
For that.
Every partner has a different need. If you were comparing, my partner spent 2 days with my metamor, but only 1 day with me, that's not equal. That's not fair. You're not looking at it right. Why did they spend 2 days? Was your metamor struggling with an issue and needed a little more attention at that point, and you were doing fine and did not need as much attention. But then next time when you're the one who needs more attention because you're struggling, you'll get the 2 days and they'll only get the 1. That is really important for people to remember. Like I talked about earlier in this episode, I was the social partner. I was the one he went to events with that she got very jealous of. But there was a reason for that. And if she just stopped and looked at the reason is because he didn't need to cling to me. And the funny thing is, if she actually stopped and really thought about it, she got more time with him. Because was I going to events with him? Yes, but at the events, we were not together. We were going our separate ways and coming back. So other than the car ride there and the car ride back, we weren't necessarily spending the time together.
Yeah, but she was also like 10 times more needy than you were.
Well, that's it. And so she wasn't looking at, like, maybe you didn't get to go to the events, but guess what? You got to hang out with him on a Sunday afternoon, just the two of you, getting that one-on-one attention. And I wasn't getting that one-on-one attention. And the funny thing is I was okay with it because I didn't need it. You did. So are you getting what you need? Then that's what matters, not whether or not it's the same amount. And then it's also important to recognize, are you getting what you need? Don't even think about your metamor. Don't even worry about what they're doing. Are you getting what you need? If the answer is you're getting what you need, then who cares what your metamor is getting? If you're not getting what you need, then you need to sit down and talk with your partner to say, I am not getting what I need. This is what I need, and this is what is missing, and let's resolve that. And leave your metamor out of it, right? I mean, it is so complex, these polyamory relationships, and if you're spending all your time worrying about what's happening with your metamors, then you're not thinking about your own specific relationship, okay? You want to make sure that you are feeling valued and that you are getting the quality time that you need with, right? We talk about love languages. And I know, for example, that they say that's bullshit, but I think most of us could probably say it may not be 100%, but it's right? My love language was physical affection. That's one of my love languages. So am I getting that physical affection? Am I getting the hugs? Am I getting the hand holding? Am I getting the kisses, right? If I'm getting that, then time spent together is not one of my love languages. So I don't necessarily need that. But maybe that's their love language. So they need that, your metamor. So it all works. But I think it is really, really crucial to focus on the idea that equal and fair are two completely separate things. And you need to focus more on equity and fairness and not worry about equal. Because everybody's got different needs. And those different needs change. And so as long as you're getting what you need, screw what's happening with the other partners. So ultimately, I think the point being here is we're all going to feel jealousy at some point or another. That's just reality. So don't beat yourself up for feeling jealous. It is a sign of a problem. So stop and think and figure out what the problem is. Because once you figure out what the problem is, then you can resolve it. The problem is not that you're jealous. That's just a symptom. And, just work on it. It's constant work in progress. Ourselves, our relationships.
Everything is a work in progress. Nope, that's good.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. If you enjoyed what you heard, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a minute of our fun and educational content. New episodes drop every Friday.
If you love what we do and want to show support, there are several ways. Join us on Patreon at patreon.com/Pink Kink Podcast. You can support our affiliates or help spread the word about our kinky podcast to your friends.
Don't forget to rate and review Pink Kink on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Those 5-star reviews go a long way in boosting our podcast through the algorithm and reaching more listeners.
Sign up for our Pink Kink Institute classes. Shop at our Etsy shop, Pink Kink Boutique. Stay connected with us on social media. You'll find all the links on our Linktree posted in the show notes.
Your support means the world to us. So until next time, stay pretty, stay safe,
and stay twisted.